Randall with KravMagaTraining.com. In this video, I'm going to explain what the passive tactical stance is and some key details to it. First of all, this is what the tactical stance is. It's basically just your fighting stance, but more relaxed. It's a position that you use to talk your way out of a fight. Yes, Krav Maga is an effective self-defense system, but ideally we don't want to get into a fight just because we know how to fight. Ideally, we want to try to talk our way out of every situation we possibly can. And this is the position that you're going to do this from. Alright? Now, the reason why we use this stance is because you're in a position to talk your way out of the fight, but you don't look aggressive. I'm just like, hey man, I don't got any problems. You know, I'm sorry, just leave me alone. You know, I don't want to get in a fight. However, if the shit hits the fan, notice I can very quickly transition to my fighting stance so I'm in a position to protect myself. Now, I'm going to explain two major key points to an effective tactical stance. Number one is body language, and number two is distance. First is cover body language. A good tactical stance is supposed to portray the body language of confidence and assertiveness. Alright, not aggressiveness, or even worse, being so passive and looking like a victim. This is what I mean. When I'm in my tactical stance, I want to be like this. Alright, I'm not like this, like, come on motherfucker, you want some of this? That's aggressive. You're going to start a fight doing that shit. But at the same time, I want to look meek like this. Please don't hurt me. Alright, look like quite frankly, look like a bitch. I look like someone who's got a victim who you get messed with. I want to find that happy balance between the two. I want to look confident, I want to look assertive. So find that balance between the two. And here's a few things that you can do with your body language to portray that. Number one is, when you're in your tactical stance, instead of a fighting stance where your chin's down, I don't like chin down. That looks passive and meek, like, oh, please don't hurt me. I want my chin up. Chin up is a sign of confidence. Second, I want my eyes to make eye contact with that person. I don't want to be like, looking away like this. If you can make eye contact with someone, you look like a confident person. The next thing is, I want my back straight. I want to be tall. Yeah, I know in our fighting stance we're supposed to be rounded so we can protect ourselves, make ourselves a smaller target. But if you look like this, once again, you look like a victim. You look like someone who's going to get messed with. Instead, back straight. Look assertive. Look like you're aware of what's going on around you. You look like you know what you're doing. Alright? And the third thing is your hands. Okay, definitely not fists. That's aggressive. Alright, I like them open. So in Krav Maga, the fighting stance is more of in a relaxed position. I like them open like this because this is a body language sign of stop. Back up. Leave me alone. But at the same time, it's not aggressive. This just says, hey man, back up, leave me alone, I don't get any problems. This is like a stop sign, basically. But once again, these hands, very quickly, you're in a position to protect yourself. So those are a few things that I like to portray with my body language when I'm in my tactical stance. Chin up, good eye contact, straight, erect, good posture, hands open, and kind of that stop sign position. Now, the other second part that's really important to a tactical stance is make sure that you have sufficient distance or space between you and your attacker. So this ball bag is going to replicate my attacker. The ideal distance I want to be is at very least 1 arm's length away, or even better, if he was to extend his arm out and we were to touch hands, 2 arm lengths away. The reason why this is the ideal distance is because if he all of a sudden tries to do a surprise attack and get aggressive with me, he's going to have to step in and commit to that attack, which means I have sufficient time to recognize what he's going to do, and I'm more likely to successfully defend myself and address whatever that potential attack might be, whether it's a punch, a kick, or whatever. But sometimes due to confined space, you might not have that much space, so at the very least, be 1 arm's length away. So from here, I'm trying to talk my way out of it. If shit happens, once again, I can protect myself. But whenever you do, don't let them just get up in your face like this. So, motherfucker, you want some of this? No, 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 no. This is where shit happens. They might be talking to grab boom, and all of a sudden you get jacked. You don't want this. So if this person, let's pretend now Bob is the attacker. He gets up into my face. You have 2 choices. The first choice, which is what I like to usually do initially, is I'll just back up. Like, hey man, come on, back up. Don't get in my face. I don't have any problems. I don't want to fight. I'll just back up. However, if the guy doesn't get that hint, and he gets up in my face again the second time, or maybe because I'm backed up to a wall, there's no place for me to back up, the second thing I'm going to do to create space is push him back and get some space. I do this for 2 reasons. One is, like I said before, maybe my back's to the wall and I have no choice but to push him away to create that space. But the other reason why I like the push is I like to use it as my backup plan, plan number 2. Yeah, first I'll just back up, like, hey man, I don't get any problems, you know, leave me alone. I apologize for whatever I did. But after I apologize, apologize and try to be nice and they still get in my face, then it means they're not getting the hint, and I need to be a little bit more aggressive myself, and I push them and back off, basically imply, I'm not your punk, you can't mess with me, you might be picking the fight with the wrong guy. So I'll push them away just to let the message know, like, hey, maybe you're messing with the wrong guy. And then if they get in my face one more time, to me that's like 3 strikes, you're out. It's a good chance the fight's going to be on, and I'm going to be thoroughly prepared to protect myself. So remember, appropriate distance between the two of you. Usually just back up. If you can't get that space, then you push them away to create that space. So remember these key points to a good tactical stance. Good body language, sufficient distance, and make sure you use them when you're trying to talk about a fight. And trust me, try to talk your way out of every fight. It's just not worth it. Because whether you win or lose, something bad's going to happen. If you lose, obviously that's no good. You're going to get beat up or even worse, possibly permanently injured or killed. But even if you do win a fight, then you have the legality issues of that. You might have to end up going to court. You might end up going to jail and have to explain yourself for your actions. So either way, bad shit happens. Ideally, try to avoid a fight, and how you do that is by talking your way out of it using a good tactical stance. So that's what the tactical stance is for.